Hey everybody, BrickLover18 here today with another episode of Ask Brick. So now that we're back to our regular scheduled Ask Brick Q&A kind of video, last week we took a little bit of a break and did a full collection tour instead, so you could kind of see how I sort my Lego pieces, because that's a very common question that I get asked. This week I want to actually talk about the many different questions that you guys asked in the last video. I especially want to note, I mentioned this in last week's video, but I want to note again, the questions from the week before's video were really good. I really enjoyed reading lots of them. We're going to get to a couple of them today. A lot of them will be also in next week's episode as well, but those questions were amazing, so make sure to keep them coming. Anyway, into the very first question for this week's episode. It is from Apprentice Bricks. Do you feel like LEGO CMFs are overpriced? LEGO CMFs are just one of those things. Honestly, they've been around for so long. I remember when they were $2.99, then I remember when they were $3.49, then $3.99, and now they've jumped to $4.99 each, so it's like $5 for a minifigure. I basically have to work for an hour to pay for 3 minifigures, and I guess you get what you're paying for. If you like the CMF series, then you don't mind spending the money on them. $5 for a really cool Lego minifigure like that, especially when they're like things like the Disney themed or like really cool minifigures, the special hot dog guys and stuff like that, I think it's worth the price, because realistically you'd be paying, you know, $10 to $15 for a custom printed minifigure or a custom molded minifigure, something like that. So the fact that they're official Lego, you can buy them for $5, it is a good deal when you look at it for that perspective. If you're just looking to get like a lot of minifigures, maybe for your city or something, I'd say the CMFs might be a little more overpriced than what you were looking for. You probably just want to get some city minifigure packs where you get like 5 minifigures for, you know, $10, $15, things like that. Depends, like CMFs, the whole idea of CMFs are overpriced or not, it's really what you're looking for. If you want those really cool exclusive minifigures that you can't get anywhere else, $5 is a really good price. But on the other hand, if you just want a lot of minifigures, you don't really care if they're special or not, then maybe they're a little overpriced. As I said, it's like completely up to you. Francis Basin, Lego City Star Wars fan, asked Brick, what Lego theme and city theme do you wish Lego would bring back? There's a lot of great Lego themes out there. I think Classic Space is like the answer that everybody wants to go with. That's a really good theme. If they could bring that back and have like the original Classic Space sets with the cool base plates, the cool minifigures, I would definitely say that's something that I would want Lego to bring back. Personally, I think one of the themes that I would really like to see come back, besides Classic Space, would be Lego Agents. That was the theme that like really got me into Lego. That my sister gave me a Lego Agent set for my birthday several years ago now, and that was like, wow, that was before I went to Disney. That's before I got my first police station. It was like set number 4, I even remember. I don't know the set number, but it was like 4 of that line. And it was like the boat. It had Agent Trace, Agent Chase. I really love that set. And that's like, I ended up getting a lot of the Agent set just because my sister, she picked that one out for me and I really liked it. What Lego city theme I wish they'd bring back? They only ever make 2 city themes, fire and police, and they never get rid of them. So, I mean, they make other themes too, but there's not really a city theme that I would like them to bring back. I'd wish they just bring out more themes. Supreme Brick asked Brick, out of all the classic themes, castle, town, and space, which one do you want to see come back the most? I don't really think I want town to come back the most. I think that town has really evolved into city and creator expert sets, and I don't think the town sets that could come out now, if they were like the classic sets, I don't think a lot of people would buy them, or maybe a lot of people would buy them, but I just don't think they'd be as sought after. I think if they came out with Castle again, that would be, I think their profits would go like way up, because everybody likes Castle, everybody likes Classic Space. I just answered that in the last question. I think those 2 themes would do the best, but if I had to choose which one would come back, I would almost have to say Castle, just because Lego hasn't really done a lot of Castle recently. I mean, this July especially, it's like all Lego space themed at the Lego store. It's all space themed online. They just released a ton of new space sets. So Lego's still making space, but I haven't seen any Castle in a long time, so I think that would be really cool. Timmy asked, are you ever going to build smaller MOCs that are in a different theme? I'm not sure. A lot of my time right now is dedicated to making these videos and working on my Lego City. Even more videos so much as the Lego City. And I just don't have a ton of time for MOCs right now in general. I really want to, I just got a couple new modular buildings and I'd like to add on to them and make a bigger tower coming out of the modular building. So I think that's going to be like my next MOC project. I made a the camera crane. I don't know if that video is out yet at the time you've seen this, but that was a lot of fun to make. That was like the first mock I've made in a really long time. Just sitting down and be like, hey, I have an idea. I want to make a creation with this. So I like your question. That kind of inspires me to start making more mocks, because it was a lot of fun to make that camera crane. If you haven't seen it already, or if it's not out yet, go check it out. It'll be here soon. But that was just a lot of fun to make. So yeah, I do hope to build some smaller mocks and some different themes. We'll have to see how that goes. Fantastic, fantastic. Brick asks, what dream Star Wars mock would you make with unlimited space and a budget? Again, I'm not really a huge Star Wars fan. I had no idea what even to say for a Star Wars mock that I would make. I like admiring other people's, but I would never make one of my own. I'll answer that question. If a dream mock in general I could make with unlimited space and budget, I think it would just be my Lego city. I think I would take that up a notch. I'd really like to make a giant city, like as big as this whole studio, that I could have a whole bunch of different functionalities, different boroughs, things like that. The city I have now, I really like it. It's a decent size, but it definitely could be a lot bigger. Miguel Angel Rodriguez ask Brick, when is the Lego Seaplane video? He's referring to a little teaser I gave in Will It Float #2, the second video where I had like the Coast Guard come to the rescue. We've even got some minifigs overboard. Minifigs overboard, oh no! Somebody call the Coast Guard. Coast Guard to the rescue. And of course, you'll have to stay tuned for the upcoming Will These Lego Seaplanes Float video featuring the Coast Guard, which hopefully is coming to rescue the drug boat here. I've got a lot of seaplanes that I'd really like to see if they float or not. I haven't actually had time to make that video. When I made that last summer, I did plan on making that video, but I just never got the time. I still haven't made it to this day, so yeah, if that's something people still would like to see, I still got the seaplanes, and I would love to make a video like that. Bricks asks, what are you going to do with all your LEGO VIP points? I've mentioned a couple times now that I'm saving up all my VIP points. My goal is to get the Disney Castle. I think that's a really awesome set that I would love to add to my LEGO collection. Not even sure where I'd put it, but it's just such a cool set. So right now I haven't been spending any points, just accumulating them. You saw the points I would have accumulated in my haul recently, but I'm saving up for the Disney Castle. I think that would be a really cool set to get. Supreme Bricks asks, do you have any tips for smaller YouTubers? Yeah, for sure. This is something I asked every YouTuber when I was first starting out, and I still am a relatively very small LEGO YouTuber. But like, I think he's like really directing that question, and maybe people with I would say under 10,000 subs. Keep doing it. If you like it, keep doing it. The subscribers will find you. If you have get a camera. If not a camera, get a phone. Have a lot of lighting. There's nothing worse than trying to watch like a grainy footage. And honestly, I film more than when I started. I film videos on my cell phone because the quality is great, and you can't even really tell if it's filmed on a DSLR like this video is, or if it's filmed on a cell phone. The audio is one of the big differences. You can tell when we're not using a proper microphone because sometimes it's like kind of grainy, the audio, so try and get a proper microphone, good lighting. If you don't have studio lights like I do, I know that's really expensive. There are plenty way bigger YouTubers than me, 3 times my size, 4 times my size, that don't even use lighting. They just use like natural lights and things like that. Casey Neistat, his studio, mostly it was like very filled with natural light. He had a ring light, I think was all. My studio does not have a lot of natural light, so I have to compensate with studio lights. But if you're doing reviews on a white backdrop, make sure you have a lot of lighting and stuff like that, and just make sure you're passionate about it. Like, as I said, keep making videos because subscribers will find you. I know it's hard and it's a long process, but it's rewarding and it's worth it in the end. So keep up the great work. Feel free to like make sure you're involved in the community also. Like, don't just do your own thing and kind of like log off at the end of the day. This is something I'm really bad at, but I want to get better, is like commenting on other people's things, sharing their things, posting with them, like just being more engaged in the community. But just keep up the great work. Nameless asks, what is a set that you loved from the moment you saw it but refused to get it when you saw the price? I think one set as a kid that I absolutely loved was the Death Star, actually. Like, as I said, I don't like Star Wars. I've never watched a Star Wars movie, but just that Death Star I thought was so cool. And I remember thinking how awesome it would be to have my LEGO agents, the theme I mentioned earlier, be all throughout that Death Star, catching the bad guys. And I just thought it would be a really, really cool set to have. As a kid, the like $3.99 or $4.99 price tag it was just not happening for me. I'd much rather buy like 2 or 3 modular buildings for that price than get the Death Star. But I remember as a kid, that was one set I was like, I really want that. That would be so cool to have and build. Colin Williams asked, if you were on a desert island and you could only bring one set forever for the rest of your life, what one would it be? That's a really good question. Holy. Um, that's such a good. I want everybody to let me know. I'm gonna make this the last question because I want everybody to answer this in the comments because I like Colin Williams. Like that question, I've never seen anyone ask that before. I think that's a great question. What set would I bring? Holy, that's like this is a tricky question. If I could only have one set for the rest of my life, maybe like a modular building or something, like one of the really big ones because they come with a lot of pieces and I could just like keep rebuilding or like play features or stuff like that. A boat would be fun because I could, if I'm on an island, there's a lot of water, so I could keep testing the same boat over and over again to see if it would float. Wow, that's like a really tricky one. I'm still like, I'm trying to think of an answer. I guess I would have to go with a modular building. Maybe like the Grand Emporium. I really like that set, or like the Palace Cinema. Something that I could keep like redoing over and over again, build maybe other things with it. Colin Williams, keep up the great questions. Keep them coming every week. Let me know down in the comments below, everybody, what was the one set you would take to a desert island for the rest of your life. I'm gonna go with a modular building right now. Maybe next week I'll come back with a better answer, but like on the spot here, that's a tricky question. So thanks everybody so much for all your questions this week. As I said, they were really great, and I had a lot of fun answering a lot of them. Still have lots of questions to go here, but we'll save that for next week's episode because this video is long enough, and I do want everybody to let me know down in the comments below answer to Colin Williams' question. If you were on a desert island and you could only bring one set forever for the rest of your life, what one would it be? So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got some Ask Brick questions, please leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to answer the question Colin and I just asked you now. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in next week's video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.